damage to a church that was intentionally set on fire is worse than first thought.
That's the word from the pastor as the two teens accused in the arson case now go before a judge. Local 12's Larry Davis is live in Middletown with new information about the church and the daycare that it operated. Larry?
Hi, Brad. Well, the Tytus Avenue First Church of God is pretty much a shell of its former self, but some progress is being made. The pastor here says he hopes to deliver his next sermon here in September. Meanwhile, two teens charged in connection with the church arson fire were back before a judge today. This was the third court appearance for the 16-year-old boy charged with setting the church fire. Judge Ronald Craft granted a defense request that the teen be evaluated to see if he is competent to stand trial and for his mental state at the time of the crime. After the hearing, the boy was allowed to speak with his family. A second teen charged with failure to report a crime and receiving stolen property had his request for home incarceration denied, and he was ordered to return to detention. Meanwhile, a fence now surrounds the Tytus Avenue First Church of God. Pastor Damon Curtis told Local 12 News by telephone the damage could reach $1 million. The fire also suspended the church daycare operation for 1 week, but it's now back up and running at the Breel Church of God. The majority of the children have returned.
Because, we're a family and everything, too. We need them and they need us, and I can't, it would have been horrible if we would have lost anybody. A lot of families to where we couldn't have kept going.
The Breel Church of God, which has a preschool, opened its doors to more laughter and more smiling faces.
We knew that we had some space that they could use. We realized that licensing would not allow us to share space at the same time, but the church is big enough we could accommodate them as well.
The children have adjusted to their new surroundings, but still saddened over the loss of Myrtle, the 40-year-old box turtle and church mascot that was lost in the fire.
They were upset. They've colored pictures for me. I've got a couple of them, and some of them, one boy said he was going to the creek to try to find me another turtle.
And Brad, even some people have even offered to give the church a box turtle that they may have at their homes. That box turtle here was the mascot for the daycare. The toys and the books that you saw there in the piece were all donated by local schools. And the pastor also says that there's been a lot of community support. Even some churches have reached out to this church here. One church donating $1,000 to help them get back on their feet. Live in Middletown, Larry Davis, Local 12 News. Brad, back to you.
Larry, thanks very much. Both teens charged in connection with the church fire are scheduled to return to court next month. The competency evaluation for the teen charged with setting the fire is expected to be completed by that time.